all my friends are coming.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Gameweek 14 podcast. My name is Ryan, and welcome to the Football Chatbox. Today, we're joined by Karan, who is having a really good game week as well.
Hey Ryan, what's up, everyone?
How are you doing?
Doing good, doing good. It's good. I was going a bit crazy over the international break, so I'm glad it's back.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean football's back. Lots of football as well coming to us in the next couple of game weeks. Where we have about 3 game weeks in about 8 days or something. So a lot of stuff in FPL as well.
I think we're going into the best part of the
Yes,
FPL.
indeed. No international break till Feb, March or something, but we do have like tournaments in the middle because of AFCON and whatnot.
Yeah.
But a lot of content to discuss about. Now, we'll start it off with our teams because both had a good week, I would say, of the international break, both of us, and the panel team as well. We'll get to the panel team at the end though. I'll start for those listening on the audio as well. So Karan has Areola in goal, Gabriel, Lascelles, Dalot with that 12-pointer, Saka, Mbeumo, Salah, Son, Darwin, Morris, and Haaland cap. On the bench, you got Turner, Enzo, unfortunately with the Pau Torres, and Tsimikas as well. Talk to me about it.
I feel so fortunate to have received these Dalot points. I didn't see the first. I actually missed the goal because I tuned in a bit late.
Yeah.
But I watched like most of the second half, and he's not good.
You're fortunate.
So lucky to get these points.
Yeah, fair enough. To be honest, we'll talk about them when we go to the fixture with regards to the Newcastle fixture. But yeah, I think the fact that they've kept 3 clean sheets in these last couple of games, if you have defenders, you're kind of fortunate because they've fought hard to keep those clean sheets. So that's your team, and then my team, just a point behind you. Areola in goal, Gabriel, Cash has left the building. I'll tell you now itself. Trippier, Lascelles coming off the bench for a certain Jared Bowen. I had Saka, Gordon.
I think you did really well to get 64 given the disaster that's Cash and Bowen, right?
I know, but it is what it is. So Saka, Gordon, Mbeumo, Salah, Watkins, Haaland cap, Turner, Bowen on the bench. Bowen came off and Lascelles came on, so that was a bit lucky there. Tsimikas and Osula are the rest of my squad. I guess the difference is like you had Dalot, I had Gordon, kinda basically.
Yeah.
That's just only this main difference, and obviously, you had an extra point for the defender because I had Cash. Did nothing.
Did you watch the Arsenal game?
The Brentford game, Arsenal. I watched like the initial bit of the first half, and then after that I went to sleep.
Do you feel unlucky with 2 points from Mbeumo?
Yes, he should have scored that goal.
Yeah, he should have scored and assisted one as well.
Yeah, like I mean, you had not really an open it because I saw the angle he had to take it in. So he kind of had, because he took it like kind of first time, he had to put it in that specific area because Ramsdale was blocking the other side, and I think there was another defender as well blocking.
He shot it straight at Rice.
Yeah, that's the thing. He could have taken a slight touch, and then he would have probably had like most of the goal to aim at easily. But he should have scored that still. You can't.
Yeah, I mean, if Mbeumo had more composure, he'd be like a $75 million player. You know?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, but he doesn't, and that's why we'll talk about like captaincy as well, and also people are looking to get Mbeumo in. So we'll talk about that as well. But yeah, that is our teams. We'll get to the panel team that did better than both of us. But we'll get to that at the end, so stay tuned for that. Let's get straight in to the fixtures now. We'll start with, before we get to the Game Week 14 fixtures, quick note about the whole hop-on, hop-off, not hop-on, hop-off situation, but the upcoming 3 game weeks in about 8 days kind of situation in Game Week 14, 15, and 16. The teams that are going to be most affected by it will be Liverpool, Brighton, and probably Aston Villa as well. Although I don't know. Maybe Aston Villa might be affected. It's very, very hard to say. But Liverpool and Brighton will probably see quite a lot of rotation. Klopp in general, Klopp and De Zerbi probably even more so, would rotate quite a lot. Klopp doesn't really like when they have like 2 days break between all of the fixtures. So that's one to kind of keep an eye out for. The only thing is, I think Liverpool could play a slightly weaker squad in Europe because they're kind of already through and almost top of the group as well. Brighton and Villa, I don't think they'll play a weak squad because Brighton kind of need to win. Villa, if they want that top spot, they kind of have to beat their opponents today. Or on Thursday, sorry. But apart from that, the rest of the other teams, they have a decent enough break between some of the fixtures. So it's only these 3 teams that are mainly going to be affected. But as long as you're holding, like Liverpool, if you have Salah, it's fine. If you have Tsimikas, I would probably be prepared to accept one benching in the space of those 3 game weeks, potentially. If he starts all 3, amazing. But yeah, that's the current situation at least.
Yeah, this is actually crazy congestion.
And maybe Arsenal might rotate as well. You never know. Can't say with Arteta, to be honest.
Yeah, this is just that part of the season where you getting nailed players is so much more important.
Yes, which is why we spoke last podcast about with Roy and Quinton from FPL Amateurs of us about trying to get as many 90-minute players as possible.
Yeah.
Because that's where you want those players on the pitch all the time. For these specific games.
Okay, so what are the best teams that don't have fixture congestion?
Don't have fixture congestion. Yeah. I guess you would say
the teams that are also has good FPL assets.
Oh, so. Okay. I would have said Newcastle, but they have a lot of injuries. But they don't. Their fixture congestion is 15-16, and now a must-win Milan game as well.
Yeah, but those are all tough games.
Yeah,
I would say Everton away is not an easy game.
So they don't have the luxury to rotate, I would say. They kind of have to play full strength. Maybe the game week 17 against Fulham will probably be the one where they would probably think of rotating because they have the Chelsea quarterfinal as game as well for the cup. That's the only way I think they'll rotate. But I think Newcastle will be one team that you can probably expect not 90 minutes, but at least about 70 up for most of their players.
Mm-hmm.
The likes of Gordon, Isak, they'll probably get about 70 minutes at least if they're winning and all.
I think Lascelles will play 90.
Lascelles will play 90. So the defense will most likely play 90 in most cases.
Trippier?
I think Trippier might play because like last game, they were winning 4-1 and he still didn't come off.
Yeah.
Oh,
sort of seems like he doesn't sort of kill himself running around.
No, he doesn't. I guess that's one thing because like last game, they didn't have Lewis Hall because he was not eligible to play. So maybe Trippier might slowly, but I highly doubt it. I think Trippier will be staying on there for quite a lot of games. Mm-hmm. We'll see. We don't know, but we'll see. The other teams that Arsenal, Saka, if you have him, and probably Saliba in defense, potentially.
Yeah, I think Gabriel. I have Gabriel, and I'm expecting one benching in the next 4 or 5.
Yeah, same. But I won't be surprised if he does play all of the games as well. But I won't be surprised if he gets one bench even.
But I also don't think he'll come on. So
no, probably not. Yeah, unless they're like it's just a 1-0 lead and they kind of have to hold it.
Yeah,
that's the only reason. Apart from that, Forest have good fixtures. Potentially, maybe decent FPL options. With not much fixture congestion.
I think that's a good shot. Yeah.
And then you've got your Brentford, basically. Is your other team that we have Mbemo on the thumbnail. He's another with a good team with good fixtures, with less fixture congestion. So those are kind of the teams you would probably want to target for the moment. So let's get straight into the fixtures. Arsenal versus Wolves. Aaron Ramsdale is not starting again, at least not after that performance.
I don't think he's going to play this whole season.
Yeah. So how do you see this game going? Do we expect Arsenal to keep a clean sheet, or?
I think this has been talked about to death, but everyone, I think by now, has noticed that Arsenal are not the attacking team of last season.
Mm.
And I think their best value assets are in defense.
Yep.
I think it's quite template to have double Arsenal defense, and that's for a good reason.
Mm.
I think if you already have two Arsenal defenders now, you're in a good spot.
Mm.
I have one, and I'm considering getting another one, but it's sort of like
Okay. Yep.
which
Fair enough.
one is a difficult question. Yeah.
I think depending on your budget. At the moment, the affordable one seems to be Zinchenko.
So do you sort of agree with that at a high level? Or do you think the attack has anyone
No,
to go?
I think the defense is better than the attack at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would probably go for the defense, double defense. I don't mind the double defense. The only reason I think if you wanted to put yourself off the double defense and not go there would be the fact that you could potentially make a case for the fact that they have Wolves and Luton. And after that, the next couple, Villa, Brighton, Liverpool, the chances of a clean sheet aren't there in those three fixtures.
Yeah, and I mean Arsenal, their defense seems that good though.
Yeah,
Like,
fair enough.
I'm not saying fixture proof, but
Yeah.
probably most fixtures you're happy to play them.
Yeah, that would be true.
Just and more than their defense being really good, it's like they're taking a really pragmatic approach.
Yes.
Which is always a good time to target defenders.
Yeah, Roy has mentioned this quite a lot in like the pod where he keeps saying that Arsenal, they're focusing on defense quite a bit more than the attack at the moment, which is why we're seeing the low scoring games at the moment.
Yeah, Arteta wants to grind it out.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
So yeah, I won't be surprised if this is also a very low scoring game. Wolves are no pushovers, to be honest.
So do you think you understand when Zinchenko gets played?
Like when he would potentially get a bench in.
Is it a tactical decision to play?
Oh, to play Zinchenko? Oh, yeah. I think he. I don't
because
know.
if I could work out when Zinchenko is going to play, I would definitely get Zinchenko.
Yeah, same. I also would do that if I could work out. Yeah.
I think he's way better value than Saliba. I just don't want to pay 5.5 or whatever it is for Saliba.
Yeah, no, Saliba has now reached the point where he's just too expensive for just a 6-point defender. Zinchenko, if he plays, and if Arsenal keep it clean, he will accumulate most of the bonus points as well.
He will have 3 bonus every game where they score, where they keep a clean sheet and score less than 2 goals, which is a lot of games. So he will have 3 bonus. Like it's very So
he is probably the best value in that defense. The only problem is trying to figure out those minutes.
Yeah, so I sort of thought it was like when Arsenal play really physical teams, they prefer Tomiyasu over Zinchenko.
Yeah, but Ben White was injured.
Zinchenko's like he's pretty, skinny for a left back.
Yeah.
But then against Brentford, he played. So
I think that might have to do with the Ben White not being available. But now Ben White looks like he might be available. So that means that Tomiyasu could, if necessary, deploy at that left back spot if Zinchenko needs a rest. The question is like, what is like the physical team? What teams do we look at and we go, oh, it's a physical team? I don't think any of the upcoming are. Maybe Luton will help like grind it out, but I don't think any of the upcoming are physical teams.
Yeah.
Until you get to maybe West Ham.
I mean, you could argue Wolves are a bit, but it is at home. So.
Yeah, that's what. So yeah, I don't know. I think Zinchenko is still a good option. I initially was against Zinchenko because like when I saw people like bringing him on the wildcard, I was like, the one problem with Zinchenko is always the minutes.
Yeah.
So if you have a good fourth defender to come on,
he always comes on though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's not like Gabriel.
So you have to be willing to take that risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. So
you might get some 1-pointers.
Yeah, if you're willing to take that risk, I think there is some upside to that move, especially when we can't find that many defenders as well available.
Okay, shall we move to Brentford?
Yeah, Banjo85, welcome as well. Let's go Brentford versus Luton. Now Mbeumo on the thumbnail. Where was he? So Mbeumo on the thumbnail. Is he actually the best midfielder to go for this week, or do we think there are better options?
Yeah, I think there's a world where a lot of people bring him in and then
he doesn't do anything.
Because they have like no space to do it. But I do strongly think he's a very no-brainer FPL asset. I sort of regret not just having him. I had him at the start and I sold him.
Yeah, I regret selling him on my wildcard.
Yeah, so yeah, I regret it hardcore. I wish I just had him and kept him from the start.
Yeah, fair enough.
I just think he's that good an FPL asset. Like you, and bringing him in now is as good an entry point as any. And so many people have like Bowen and
Mitoma
and random people they want to get rid of. So.
Yep, fair enough. And Brentford have they got Luton this week, then they got Brighton, Sheffield, Villa. I mean Wolves. Oh no, sorry, Villa, then the blank. And then Wolves and Palace. I mean, attacking wise, it's still pretty good fixtures. Villa also can't keep a clean sheet.
Those are really good fixtures.
Yeah, so I think Bowen is. I don't know, but Mbeumo is a pretty good shout to bring in.
And he sort of solves a spot for like 5-6 game weeks.
Yes,
which is important.
Yeah, as long as you guys have enough like benching cover for game week 18, I don't mind. Yeah, that's the one thing.
Which most people have good benches this season.
Yep, exactly. Luton might put up a fight, but it's Brentford at home, so I expect Brentford to do well.
Yeah, I don't expect Luton to do anything. I think Brentford won't find it hard to score more than one. But yeah.
Thoughts?
Anyone else from Brentford?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Like Brentford defense, potentially.
Pinnock.
Yeah, could get a goal.
I think Pinnock is like a little bit underrated. Just that how many... It becomes another guy you have to bench for 18.
Yes, that's the thing. Then it becomes a problem because that you'll have Haaland, you'll have Mbeumo, and then you got Pinnock as well. Then it just, I don't know, unless you have 3 playing substitutes.
Right now, I don't have any other City players.
Yeah, okay.
But, yeah, I don't know how I feel about locking myself out of getting any other City players.
Yeah, true. I think I probably won't go Pinnock even though the fixtures are decent from a clean sheet perspective, but I do agree that there is some opportunity to go there. Especially if those are like there are managers who, let's say, are free hitting in game week 18 or even wildcarding in game week 19, like the panel team. You could load up and then dead end as well, potentially.
So is the 20 double confirmed?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. So where else could it be if not 20?
That we're not sure yet. We'll have to see.
Yeah, that's cool. We can come back to that.
Yeah, that's a bit... we'll have to wait and see on that. I'll have to check Brain Krellin. Quinton, welcome as well. Welcome. Was on the podcast last week. So yeah, expecting goals in this game from Brentford?
You know who else actually interests me? It is Morpay. If yeah.
But would you go for him though?
No, it's just because of minutes.
Okay, fair enough.
I think when he plays, he actually gets quite a lot of chances.
Yeah.
The way that
just doesn't finish them as much as he wants to. Yeah.
That's fine.
That's
5 minutes score too.
Fair enough. All right, we'll move to the next one. The 2 worst teams play each other. Is there anything else we need to discuss about this game?
The 2 worst teams, but one loves to attack, which is some FPL relevance.
If you had Archer, would you still play him in this game, or just like you gave him the Bournemouth game, he failed in that? It's not worth playing him this week.
Yeah, I mean, if you have Archer, sure, I'd play him this game week.
Okay, fair enough.
A lot of people would have Palmer as their 5th, so I'd rather play Palmer.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. Probably play Palmer over Archer at this point.
Yeah. If Chelsea had the first fixture, I would prefer to play Archer.
Yeah. Fair enough. So nothing else relevant in this game.
How much is Lyle Foster?
I think he's out. I don't think he's available. No.
I don't think there's anything relevant.
Yep. We'll move forward. Forest versus Everton. Should be an interesting game.
So one of my transfers last week, one of my options was Chris Wood.
Oh, okay.
And now I don't know. I didn't watch this game. I didn't watch the Forest game last week, but I read on the forums that apparently Origi came on and looked pretty good.
Yeah, so he might be a problem for Chris Wood. That might be a case. So I personally, I think Gibbs White is still a good option on penalties as well for Forest. Elanga is also...
Why would you get him over Palmer?
That is true. That's a good point, actually. But
actually, let's leave the Cole Palmer talk to when we get to Chelsea.
Yeah. But I think he is still a good option at 5.7.
Yeah.
Elanga is another option if anyone's looking for absolute budget enabler.
I can't believe that he's tearing it up as soon as
I
he's
know,
left.
but then he's doing. I think the system suits him because like
Yeah.
teams that play Forest will give more space, and he's able to exploit that. And another player that I went for, where I ended up selling Metcash this week, is Forest left back Toffolo.
Oh, you got Toffolo.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So because he's 4.4,
Yeah.
good stats. Well, good. I can show the defensive numbers later, but
Yep.
pretty decent stats. And I might not start him this week though, unless Bowen is like kind of ruled out, and then I might start him. But I'm thinking that game week 15 might be a decent chance to potentially play him, especially if we think Simikas doesn't start that week. That's the one.
He has a good fixture in 18, which is important.
Yes, that's another reason I bought him in, because he has the good fixture in 18. So I've got him in. I'm hoping he does well. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's who I went and sold Mad Cash for, and freed up like 0.5 as well. So I have some cash left from the Mad Cash sale. Everton, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Do we think?
I think fixtures on that. I did briefly think about this, but I think fixtures aren't quite there, right?
No, it's a mixed bag of fixtures, to be honest. They got Forest this week, then they got Newcastle, Chelsea.
Newcastle, Chelsea.
Then they got Burnley, Fulham, and then it gets hard again.
I mean, look, I wouldn't be surprised if he scores like 2 in the next 4.
Yeah.
Because they're really going at it this season.
Yes.
They generated 2.8 XG against United.
Yes. They should have scored.
Which is why those Dalot points were so lucky.
Yeah. They should have scored. But I think they will go for it at every game. Now that the 10-point deduction as well, they kind of have to push for it. So yeah, I think Everton's still a pretty decent team. Just that you might have to bench them during the tougher games potentially if you're getting defensive assets. I know a few people who went and got Mikolenko. I still don't mind it as a rotation pair if you can rotate him with like someone else. And Everton have tough ones.
Yeah, fixtures on there. I think we would go there if fixtures were a bit better.
Fair enough. So do we think Forest win or do we think Everton win this game?
I think this is like a. I think this is like a 2-1 either way.
Yeah, fair. Okay, I think Forest might still edge this one.
Yeah,
they've got the quality.
2-1 Forest. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, the big one. Newcastle versus Man United. If you have Trippier, I wouldn't bench Trippier this week. I would also start Gordon, and this was mentioned by Banjo in the chat. Time for Isaac. Now back-to-back goals. Callum Wilson is still out for some time. Good fixtures after this as well. To be honest, I should say for Newcastle. For anyone who's looking, where is Newcastle? They've got United this week, but then they got Everton. They got Spurs after that, Fulham, and then they got Luton, Forest, and then Liverpool in 20.
Yeah,
now,
that Milan game is must win though.
Yes, the Milan game is a must win, but the thing is they got the Spurs game before that, so they had to kind of win both. The Fulham game is where the rotation might happen.
Yeah, I mean, look, when's Wilson out to?
The rumor before was about 6 weeks. So kind of till the end of the year, basically.
Yeah.
Worth it? No? Yeah, maybe. Or just Watkins and Haaland for the moment. Okay, I'll phrase this other way. If you had Alvarez, would you sell Alvarez?
Yeah, I think if you had a one transfer route to Isaac, it's definitely I'm leaning towards a yes.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't have a one transfer route. I guess a lot of people have Alvarez. Yeah, I just don't have Alvarez. So
okay.
I wasn't really thinking about it. But if you had a 2 transfer route to Isaac, I don't think I would take it.
Okay, fair enough. Cool.
If that makes sense.
Yep. Fair enough.
I see this is 3-0, by the way. I see this being 3-0. I think United have been pretty lucky. We are playing better.
Yes.
We're playing more coherently and we're defending better. Maguire has hugely improved our defense.
Funnily enough, we dropped like Champions League Varane and
yeah, I mean we've gotten pretty lucky the last 3 games.
Yes, that's true. I think United might still score 1 potentially. So like,
what do you think of bringing Trippier in now?
Not for this fixture, maybe the next fixture.
Oh, really? I think it's a good fixture.
I don't know if he'll keep a clean though. I think we have United have it in them to score at least one.
I, I, I don't know. I think scoring away at Newcastle is very hard.
Yeah, that's true. I would agree with that, but there is a potential. I don't know. We'll see. I see it. I probably think it's like going to be like a 2-1, 3-1 type scoreline potentially.
Oh man, I think we're gonna get spanked.
And also the fact that Newcastle got robbed in Paris today, I think they might be even more pissed.
That was very unlucky.
Yeah.
98th minute. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. So I think they might be even more pissed. You never know. I won't be surprised if it gets spanked. I'll put it that way.
I want it all, man. They play so well at home.
Yeah, that's why.
And I know they have some injuries and everything, but like they looked on it against Chelsea. They looked absolutely on it. Like Lascelles, we should talk about that. He should have scored about 3 goals.
All the set pieces.
Yeah, he got his head on like 4 or 5 set pieces.
Yeah, I think he's the target, one of the main targets for that set pieces. Unless Jolinton, ends up on a Trippier cross and just can't finish it for some reason. But yeah, I think Lascelles is a pretty good option now. At least until we don't know when Botman's back, and I'm not going to think he's going to be back anytime soon.
Well, I don't know. What did we hear? We heard last week that he was training individually, right?
Yeah, and then after that, Eddie Howe was like, "Oh, but we still don't know when he'll be back," kind of situation. So
I don't know. At 4 mil, he's a gift, and you just take it until.
Yeah, fair enough. Gordon has scored in every single, or not scored, sorry, has returned in every single home game for Newcastle this season. So either a goal or an assist. And I won't be surprised if he does return in this game as well.
I mean, he'll be on Dalot's side.
Yeah. So
Dalot's positionally awful.
If you had one free transfer, and you had to pick between Mbeumo or Gordon, who would you lean more towards?
Mbeumo is 7 mil now?
Yes.
And Gordon is what, 5.9?
Gordon is 5.7. Sorry, 5.9. 5.9 to buy now. Sorry, yeah, 5.9.
Right. Yeah. I would still pick Mbeumo. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Still the better, slightly better fixture.
Boring answer. Yeah.
No, fair enough, because an Mbeumo is on penalties as well.
I've got a better question. Who would you pick out of Gordon or Palmer? Because I think Mbeumo is more of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Maybe
no, fair enough. Between Gordon and Palmer. Let me go to the fixtures again. Looking at those fixtures. Oh, man.
Yeah, this one feels like a 50-50.
Yeah, I might slightly edge it towards Palmer, for the reasons being that the fixtures are slightly better, and
they get good for a while, right?
Yeah, that's what. So he keeps going after this. Like, it's the good run starts in 16 as well. The thing is, he has penalties as well with him. That's the one slight advantage to Palmer.
Is he nailed?
I think so. I think at this point, even though Nkunku comes back, I don't think Nkunku, like, maybe Palmer might move towards the left or something. I don't know about that. That we'll have to wait and see. But I don't think he gets dropped from Chelsea.
Yeah, but I don't see how they can drop Conor Gallagher.
Yeah. I don't know where Nkunku plays at this moment.
I don't see how they can drop Sterling.
Yeah.
I guess Nicholas Jackson.
Probably.
But like Nkunku's not a forward.
Yeah, but then he was bought there initially for that.
No, but he played like he's a number 10, right? Like,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
Preferred spot, right? So
but Palmer's been taking that spot right now.
Yeah, so I have a little bit of a worry that it may Palmer's such a good FPL asset for his price, and they have Brighton at home, which is a great attacking fixture,
especially with Lewis Dunk.
But part of me wants to just wait and see what happens.
If you can wait, I would try and wait. Yes, because I think we need to see
Yeah.
what Chelsea, how they adapt.
Yeah.
But if I had to do a transfer now, I might slightly lean towards that Palmer move, and then like if the system changes, then you deal with it then. But if it
Yeah.
doesn't change, then you've saved yourself an extra transfer.
Yeah, I guess so. But Gordon, on the other hand, he, looks not nailed, but he looks like he's going to get like 70 every game.
Yeah, because I think Newcastle are a better attacking team, so he will like, and also Gordon will play more minutes per game than Palmer will. Palmer tends to get hooked off at like sometimes at 60 even, depending on the situation for Chelsea. So that's the one problem with Palmer. He's not
And
as
Gordon gets the last 20, 30 minutes up front, which is
yeah.
like,
Yes, that's the thing.
I'm not sure if it's a good thing, but like he might just find himself
In a
there for
good position.
fortunate
Yeah.
goals.
Yeah, it's not. He's not that great at striker. We saw from the Bournemouth game, but
Yeah.
he could find himself in a good position. That's the thing. Okay, so tough one there. Flip a coin.
That's a real tough one.
Yeah,
for me.
that's the thing. All right. Oh, if you had now you have Dalot. What are you going to do with him? Are you going to sell him now with the fixture swing?
Yeah,
Or
I mean that's why I was asking about the Arsenal defender before,
Mm.
because Dalot to Zinchenko, I'm considering.
Mm.
I actually have money to go Dalot to Saliba.
But is it worth it?
I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need a transfer in the future to free up the cash.
Yeah,
and I
that's
don't-
it. Yeah, I probably might go Zinchenko and accept the potential risk sometimes that
So Dalot to Zinchenko or Dalot to Pinnock or something is thinking about.
Probably Zinchenko just because you don't have to worry about that Game Week 18 pension potentially, or Game Week 18 no fixture if you have Mbeumo and Haaland as well.
Yeah, but we just talked about getting nail players for the next 3.
Yeah, that's true. And
Getting
he's more.
Zinchenko feels like the opposite of that. So.
Yeah, Pinnock is more. Yeah. Then would you go instead? Well, but I don't know because I was initially thinking like getting a Chelsea defender as a Levi Colwill potentially.
Yeah.
That could also be a move. But
Yeah,
Chelsea.
Yeah, I would prefer to get him a bit later on.
Yeah, fair enough. Because Chelsea defensively are a slight problem though at the moment.
The thing is, like Arsenal, the fixtures are good for the next 2, and then they get a bit worse. But the way their defense is going, it just actually might not matter.
Yeah.
Like
because they're strong. They're really strong defensively.
They're really, really strong.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind it actually.
So, I'm a bit curious. Yeah, Pedro Porro is a bit interesting.
Yes, I would have loved to get to him after the City game if I could afford him, but I can't afford him. So
I don't really have a path to it. That's the issue.
Yeah, I don't mind him as well because he looks. We'll get to this first game, but yeah, I don't mind it. Okay, Bournemouth versus Aston Villa. Now, as I said, I've sold Matty Cash, and one of the reasons I sold Matty Cash was because he was not going to even play this game because I had Tsimikas, Trippier, and Gabriel, so there was no chance Matty Cash was starting over those 3. If you still have, what would you do with Matty Cash? Would you sell him? Would you keep him? He's on 4 yellow cards as well, by the way.
I mean, I'd keep him for this fixture. But then
after that, it's incredibly hard until game week 18.
Yeah, I mean, even Bournemouth away is like they're probably going to score. Like, they're a pretty tough team, and Villa away, as we know, are not that good. And take a lot of risks always to win. So I'd look to sell him, but maybe wait a game week.
Yeah, I think if you have other fires in your team to put out, you could.
Yeah.
But I've just sold him because I was like, I'm not going to start him this week. I'm not going to start him in 15 or 16. Then
what do you think? What do you think of like Bournemouth players?
Okay, so people who bought in Sri Lanka last week, I felt they were incredibly unlucky.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
He should have got something. I think he's still a good hold. Aston Villa don't seem like they can keep a clean sheet, so I think Bournemouth will be a good, like Sri Lanka will be a good fixture to keep. Where is Bournemouth's fixtures? They've got Villa, Then they got Palace, United, Luton, Forest, Fulham, and Spurs. It's not a bad set of fixtures to play Solanke against. To have Solanke.
Yeah.
The other one is oops, too far. Semenyo is also like slowly getting returns. I've seen like a lot of people having Semenyo as options as well. So he's also not a bad one to get. But yeah, I think Bournemouth are pretty decent. Like at least attacking wise, they're good to have. Then, anything else from this game or?
What's going on with Diaby, man?
Yes, good question. Now, Diaby, would you sell Diaby? Got hooked off at halftime. I think I probably might especially if we don't have Mbeumo.
I think that's another place that people are going to Mbeumo from.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I would probably sell
I
Diaby.
think Diaby to Mbeumo is a pretty good move.
Yeah, I probably might do it. If you had Boomo, would you still sell or would you keep Diaby in that specific situation if you had both of them?
Well, then you have, Palmer or Gordon.
Yeah,
if you have Palmer, Gordon, and Mbeumo,
yeah,
probably don't have Diaby.
No, then you don't have Diaby. Yeah, because you have Salah and Saka. Then
Yeah. I think anyone's in that position.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
If you have Diaby, there's all those three are better options.
Yeah. I probably agree. Yeah. All right. Chelsea versus Brighton. Now Brighton without Lewis Dunk as well after suspension, but then Chelsea without Reece James and Cucurella as well.
Brighton's missing so many players.
And they're leaking goals as well. They still are yet to keep a clean sheet.
Shitload of important players. They're missing Estupinian.
Dunk is out for this game.
Is Webster out?
I believe so.
So the back line is like, what's his name? God, I forgot his name. Van Hecke?
Yeah, Van Hecke. Yep.
Like Van Hecke and like Hinchelwood or some shit. It's literally like,
they got Veltman, Van Hecke, and that's kind of it. I don't know who else they're going to play.
Let's have a look. The last lineup. Oh yeah, Tariq Lamptey is also injured now.
Yeah.
Long's red carded. Yeah, so it's gonna be Van Heck. Jack Hinchelwood.
Yep.
And God, this is like absolute bottom of the barrel.
No,
because Webster is also out.
See, this is why I don't mind getting Palmer in this week if people like between the Palmer Gordon, because like.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a route to Palmer, which is what I'm considering, other than getting Dallo out. I just can't wait to get rid of Dallo.
Yeah, fair enough. Because it's like a good attacking fixture.
Yeah.
So I actually don't mind it. Apart from like Palmer, what do you think about Sterling?
Yeah, okay option. I'm not that thrilled by it, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough.
I think Nkunku coming back might change everything. Maybe Sterling gets put in through on goal more or something. But I think
we'll have to see what happens.
I really want Palmer, and I probably want Nkunku. We'll see.
Okay. All right. So we'll see what happens. We kind of need to wait and see what Poch says about Nkunku and because he's supposed to be returning this week according to the FPL app. But I don't know whether that's returning to training or
returning to training, surely. He's
okay.
Not come to the bench for a
while. So for any Chelsea fans who watch this back, please let us know in the chat in regards to Nkunku if you know any information. Brighton, Mitoma potentially might be available for this game week, but sell.
They're shambles, man.
Yeah. I'd regret selling Mbeumo and going for Mitoma on my wildcard. Probably shouldn't have done that. But yeah, I would probably sell my Mbeumo. I mean, I'll probably sell Mitoma as well, to be honest. All right. So we expect Chelsea to actually score quite a few goals in this game. Probably win this game as well.
Like their attack does look good.
Brighton's.
Chelsea's.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the XG stats. They've had quite a few games recently where they've hit over 2 XG or close.
Yep.
Which is the sign of a good, consistent attack. It's just that against Newcastle, they just look rattled. But Newcastle play with that sort of intensity. I don't really expect a depleted Brighton, to be able to do that.
Mm,
So I think Chelsea will cut through Brighton in
mm,
this game.
yeah.
So this is an attacking fixture to target. Just gotta work out who's gonna get the points.
Mm, yeah, that's the one thing because Chelsea have like options to goals like from various players. That's the thing.
And like Palmer's easy to get to, but the other ones aren't as easy to get to for
No,
most people.
no.
Like maybe if you have a Bowen and you're looking to get rid, and you can take a punt on Sterling. It's not too bad, but
I don't know.
I'm trying to upgrade my fifth mid to Palmer, which is going to be a common scenario for a lot of people.
Yeah,
You're not going to have any. Yeah, nobody else is an option.
yeah, true. All right, let's go to Liverpool versus Fulham.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people have Tsimikas and Salah.
So you think Tsimikas is going to get rotated at least once in the next four? In the
Yeah.
next four of the league?
Yeah, because they've got Fulham, Sheffield United, Palace.
When is Robbo back?
Actually, in the next three. When is Robbo back? Good question. There have been rumors about him potentially back sooner than later. Here it says here it says 21st Jan though. Okay, never mind. Take it back.
Yeah.
He's out for some time. So we shouldn't. The thing is, if he's getting benched, he's getting benched for Joe Gomez.
I think it's probably overthinking to get rid of Tsimikas.
Could be. No, I won't get rid of Tsimikas. I'll play him.
Yeah.
Even in the fixture that I might potentially think he might. Oh, unless we get news that he is not playing in 15. Which do we think we can get news of that? No, we can't, because Liverpool's fixture is like the following day. So no.
I really wish
I
could get to Trent. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Would you go to Trent or would you go to Trippier? I think Trippier might be more tempting.
I don't mind Trent for the next 2 to 3 and then assess, because you can just go to Trippier always.
Yeah, fair enough. Interesting. Yeah, I don't mind it. But okay, here's another question. With the goalkeeper. So now I think we could do something like this for the penalty team as well. It seems like Alisson might potentially be out for about 5 weeks. 5 weeks probably.
Yep.
That's most likely till the end of the year.
Yep.
For those who have Areola and Turner, would you look to move Turner to Kelleher?
I think about 75% of the reason Liverpool keep clean sheets is because of Alisson. So, but having said that, a 3.9 or what's Kelleher? 3.9.
3.9 at the moment, yeah.
3.9 playing keeper for a good team against bad team.
Yeah.
Their fixtures are pretty good.
Yeah.
It is a gift. I just think most people, you're not gonna have the transfers to go there.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
But then again, Ariel's never keeping a clean sheet, man. Like
I look at the next 7 and I'm like, yeah.
On wildcard, I was so close to getting Leno.
Yeah.
I should have just got Leno.
I'm looking at my next 7 and I'm like, I am not starting this guy anyway.
He's not even gonna get one clean sheet in the next.
No, he's not gonna get even
one. Conceding buckets of XG every game.
Yeah. I was looking at the big chances and we'll go to the when we go to the defense. Oh, so bad.
They're actually one of the worst defenses in the whole league.
Yep. There's not even if he keeps a clean sheet against who are they playing this week? Crystal Palace. I'll be shocked. They could potentially, but highly doubt it.
Yeah, and you would think that's a good clean sheet fixture.
Yeah, the Crystal Palace.
But they're not. Yeah.
No. But because Olise will find a way to score a goal.
like when we both bought Areola, we would have thought, oh, this is the fixture we're getting him for.
Yeah, and also the Burnley fixture.
Crystal Palace at home is not. Yeah, that's how bad West Ham's defense is.
Yeah. I don't mind it if people had a way to go and get him in on a free transfer. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I just think that the obvious Areola replacement is
Leno.
Probably. Leno is not bad, but Sanchez in a few game weeks, I think.
Yes. True. Would keep it.
Honestly, what do you think of Raya? We sort of skipped over
the problem is
expensive.
The price compared to Sanchez is just too. It's 4.9, right, Raya? Right now.
4.9. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people can unfortunately go to that, given how everyone's squads and team value and everything is looking like. If you can go to Sanchez though, I don't mind it. At least,
I can get to Raya in one move
yeah, okay,
because I have money in the bank.
yeah.
I can just go Areola to Raya in one move, and I don't. Yeah. That's one of my options as well.
Instead of going Zinchenko.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually for you in that specific case might be better because.
Because he's 90 minutes.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about like rotation with Zinchenko
Yeah.
and if for some reason, by some miracle, if United look like they can continue to like grind out these clean sheets, then you have a Dalot who is
Never gonna happen.
yeah, but
because not only that, Van Bissaka is back.
yeah, that's true. And Shaw is back as well, so that means Dalot can't play left back as well as per se.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see.
Left back on the bench. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something for you to consider. Fulham.
Darwin? Wait, Darwin.
Ah, yes, Darwin Nunes. Out of the forwards, I would put Darwin Nunes as the third best forward option right now. Oh no, actually, I put Isak slightly higher than Darwin.
Yeah.
Potential.
Oh, they're pretty close. They're pretty close.
Yeah.
But
time. Yeah. Just because the Isak will get more minutes than Darwin. Darwin also, like Simicas, could get a one bench in somewhere. But he's first choice by the looks of it now.
He looks first choice. So which is, it sort of gives me hope that that European home fixture, Gakpo will play.
Yeah, and then Darwin will get rested. Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, but you can never tell.
Darwin again. If Darwin starts Sheffield United.
Okay, tomorrow.
Yes.
If Darwin doesn't play,
that's good news.
That's great news.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, if Darwin plays 70 minutes tomorrow,
then it's not that good.
What are we gonna do?
If you still have Darwin in that specific case, you just like keep him and hope for the best. Yeah. If you don't have Darwin, just don't buy. That's probably where I will be.
Yeah.
But really good fixtures. Attacking wise, at least.
Yeah.
All right. Now, next one. West Ham versus Palace. We touched on Areola in terms of inability to keep a clean sheet. Now, Bowen. We still don't know the situation on Bowen. They do have European fixture this week. So maybe we'll get some press conference news, or maybe we might even see him in the squad. For me, I have Bowen, and if I see him in the squad on Thursday, I'm just going to play him. Regardless of whether he's on the bench or doesn't come on or whatever, I'll play him.
Yeah.
I think that's enough because
I think he's a really good asset.
Yeah.
I think the injury uncertainty is gonna keep a lot of people from getting him.
Yes.
I think a lot of people were thinking of getting him this game week or last game week before the injury thing happened. And the best option for you, the best thing that could ever happen for you now is that his injury is fine
and he plays.
And he plays and bangs, and then nobody else got to him, and they got Bowen.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I'm hoping for that. So if that's what I would do, and anyone else who wants,
I think there's a reasonable chance of that.
Yeah, we'll see. It's a good fixture though with Palace. Now Palace have Eze out injured, which kind of does impact Palace's attacking output, and potentially also their defense. Do you think the defense will get impacted by? Because a lot of people have Palace defenders.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a good idea at the time. I'm not sure it is.
And the fixtures are about to turn as well for Palace.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
is it out for?
Don't know at the moment. If he's out for, I guess straight swap to Mbeumo, right?
Yeah. That's another place I guess people are coming from.
Yeah, that's what I probably do a straight swap. Even if he's like not out, I still don't mind. Oh well, I still don't mind the straight swap because of the fact that Brentford have Luton.
Yep.
So I still probably will do the straight swap, to be honest. Unless there were people who had Mbeumo as well and went Eze for 3 weeks before they were going to go for Palmer. There were those situations as well. So in that specific in that specific case, if Eze is okay, then you play him. But then I still don't. Then in that case, I don't mind going to a Palmer directly. Or would you go to a Gordon and
I mean, like we said before, this is a good time to jump on the Palmer train.
Yeah, because of the Brighton injuries as well.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
City Spurs. How do you see this game going? I think Spurs.
City
They
versus
only have
Spurs.
one way to play, right?
Will they go 4 losses, 4 on the bounce? Probably, right?
Their squad is thin, man.
Yeah,
Their squad is so
they've
thin.
now lost Bentancur as well.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, what even is the midfield? It's like
I don't know.
Højbjerg, Lo Celso,
Maybe, yeah.
fucking yeah. I don't even know who the other like
Don't
Skip.
keep 51.
Yeah, I honestly don't even know.
Maybe skip. Yeah, probably. Honestly,
Let's actually just get to it. The
yeah.
biggest question here is what you do with Son.
I would still. Okay, here's the thing. I'm assuming people who have Sun most likely don't have Saka, potentially.
Mhm.
Now, because I'm just thinking of like a lot of people will have Salah.
You want to get Saka after seeing
No,
like
that's the thing. I
yeah,
would
I
I
don't wanna
would
get-
keep Sun if you had Sun. I think because like there's still good attack in fixtures, right? Like okay, maybe not the City game. City
Look,
game you could still get one.
Son is a great FPL asset.
Yeah.
I think that you can do a lot with the money though.
Yes, that's true.
And
That
I
is
think
true.
what you can do with the money is probably slightly better
Then keeping him.
than keeping him. That's how I am leaning towards.
If you can get 2 good midfielders that are huge upgrades, then yeah. Because like
I mean, what if you go Son to Palmer and then you go random defender to Trippier?
oh yeah, then yeah, probably yeah. Oh yeah, I understand. Like it's possible, but Trippier hasn't been pulling up any trees sadly in the last few weeks.
He's been pretty unlucky.
Yeah, that's right. He should have got an assist in the last game as well.
Yeah.
I don't mind that, but I still like. Here's the other thing, right? We could have flipped the switch and like gone. His son scored a hat trick of offsides, all very fine margins. He could have easily come away with the actual
He
legitimate
looked
hat trick.
lively.
Yeah.
No, he looked lively. Like I was discussing with my friend Roy, who I think is in the chat. He is the team is not as creative without Madison,
No.
but they are still very attacking.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
They throw bodies at the opposition goal, and Son is just like sort of there picking off the scraps, and there's a lot of scraps. Because they're constantly going for it. Like he'll just score a goal, which is like some rebound off the post, and
Yes.
he'll like tap it at the far post or
Yeah.
something. And there's a lot of opportunities like that because the team are having the ball in advanced areas.
Yeah.
Which has not always been the case for Spurs, right?
No.
Previously, it's like Kane needed to put in a precise through ball
Yes.
on the break
Yeah.
for Son to get a chance.
Yeah.
So now it's like there's less focused creativity towards him, but there's lots of scraps.
Yeah.
And he's a striker. So, yeah.
I still think he's a good because of the fact that they're attacking. That's the thing.
Yeah. The other Karan says,
yes.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a 2-2 with Poro and Scotty. Yeah.
That's why I also think like
Actually, I would be surprised to see a 2-2.
Yeah.
I think I can see them scoring though, maybe even 2. But
I think City will win this game. And which is why I will come to captaincy, but I think City will do really well in this game.
Look at Spurs fixtures post City.
Yes, they are good, which is why I think I was like very tempted by Poro, but I just can't afford him. So Spurs, where are they?
And yeah, Son's 90 minutes. I mean, not 90
Yes.
minutes. He's like 80, 85 minutes.
Yeah, so they got West Ham after that. They got Newcastle, which is tough. But then they got Forest, Everton, Brighton, Bournemouth.
Yeah.
After the Newcastle game, the fixtures are pretty decent, I would say. Now, the one problem is if you're having Sun, I won't go and buy Sun though, because Sun is going to go for Asia Cup next month in January. So if you have Sun, you have him until now. You keep him till the end of the Game Week 20 fixture.
Yeah.
And then you look you have to sell him because he's going for Asia Cup, or unless South Korea. No, I think South Korea will do well Asia Cup, so they'll probably go quite a distance.
Australia's gonna go deep, man.
Yeah, so they'll go quite a distance as well.
They're like the favorites, right? They should
Think
be.
so, potentially. So yeah, I would don't buy situation with Sun, and that probably applies to Spurs defense except for Poro. I would sell everyone else. Poro is a slightly different
People
situation.
keep talking about Son has this good record against City, but like that was a whole era of Spurs sitting back and hitting City on the break.
Yeah, this is a different Spurs.
This is a different Spurs. I don't think that applies at all.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I won't be surprised if he does go, but yeah, I probably won't. I just don't see any like Saka isn't really outscoring.
No, I really wouldn't buy Saka.
Yeah, that's what. So if you have Saka, I'll just keep him, but like I'm not going to look and buy him at the moment, to be honest.
Okay, anyone Alvarez?
I would sell.
Trying to lose his spot.
So there was the rumor that Alvarez wasn't going to start the last game week, and but then Jack Grealish wasn't fit enough or like sick or something, so because of that he didn't play. Now that kind of leads me to think, is Pep trying a different system here where he's thinking of maybe Jack Grealish left, where is he playing Doku maybe right or central or something, and then Foden as well. Foden looked good in the Champions League as well.
If Pep starts playing Foden more centrally, I will think about Foden. Because I do think, I think Foden playing as like a winger who stays wide,
is a problem.
It's not that interesting FPL wise. No. But if he starts playing Foden as like one of the eights, then I'm interested. He's a selfish man, and Pep he doesn't like that. Like the amount of shots he took in the Liverpool game, or the amount of dribbles he took when Haaland was just making some run like completely, like KDB would have tried to find Haaland at least 5 times.
Like, this is why Haaland's numbers are down goal scoring wise. He should have had more goals because of all of this. Too many selfish
he should have been given the ball to take shots. Like he was making so many like deadly runs.
We'll see how but like now captaincy this week, Haaland or Salah or even Mbeumo.
It's a real
all three at home.
I'm not even going to consider Mbeumo.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Okay, Salah or Haaland.
It's the biggest coin flip. It's ridiculous because it's also like the highest stakes coin flip.
Yeah.
But I think it is just a coin flip. Yeah. Like
I mean,
what, like Fulham are a worse team than Spurs and they're both playing at home.
You think Fulham are worse than Spurs? We'll get to the defensive data of the last 6 games. You'll be shocked to see where Spurs are. I'll show you in a minute. Okay.
Overall, Fulham are a worse team than Spurs, but Spurs, like, they play open against any opponent.
Yeah.
I don't see how. I think I'm going Haaland, but there's not much in it.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, cool. Let me
Liverpool are a better attack.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, that I would say. Liverpool are a better attack. Let me get to the defensive data that I mentioned just now. So let me switch this off.
Karan says keeps on.
Yeah, probably keeps on. Yeah. Now, this is the team attack where you mentioned Liverpool are the best attacking team in the last 6 game weeks, sorted by minutes by XG. They've also got, like, even if you were to sort by XG non-pen, they're high. Villa 2nd, Brentford 3rd, City 4th. So City's numbers.
Pens are part of the game.
Yeah, okay. So we'll sort it by minutes by XG then.
This is with XG,
but even then, City are 4th.
Yeah.
Chelsea 2nd. So that's why I'm like, this Palmer situation could be good for the Brighton game. Villa 3rd, as kind of like expected. Liverpool on top. Brentford just below as well. So Brentford also, this is why I'm like, go straight to Mbeumo if you have like.
I actually didn't know Brentford was this high.
Yeah, they're doing well. I don't know how much of that contributed to Ramsdale's. That might have had a slight nudge there as well. But this is last 6 games, so they're still pretty good actually. And they're actually underperforming the XG. So they're minus 1.84.
Yeah,
in their
because they have
delta.
fucking Brian and Burma up
Yeah,
front.
you can't score.
And Neil Maupay.
Yeah, so that's why. But in terms of big chances created, they're fourth in the last 6. City are second, Villa first, because Watkins, missed every single freaking big chance that comes to him.
I would hazard a guess and say that Haaland gets a higher share of
Big
this
chances.
XG
Yeah.
than Salah.
Yes. I probably think so. Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah. Because,
But then again, you might be surprised when we bring up the stats. But
yeah.
that's what I would think.
Yeah. Now, attacking the worst attacking teams: Sheffield, Luton, Burnley, West Ham. Doesn't look good with West Ham up there, but I've got Bowen even though he's there. The reason I have Bowen is they'll score
West Ham
one
is
goal.
so bad.
I know they'll probably score one goal, but it'll probably be Bowen, and that's where he get all the bonus and everything.
Yeah, but I just don't like having attackers from teams that are shit.
Yeah, true. Like if Bowen is not available this week, I'm selling him. I'll take a hit and sell him.
Yeah.
Goes
Look at Arsenal. Look at how shit Arsenal are at attacking.
Yes, this is the problem. This is what Roy keeps saying. They're not focusing on their attack too much. This is why Saka is like just not getting enough goals. The entire Arsenal attack is not clicking.
Even Spurs are lower than I thought.
Yes, that might have been impacted by Madison and a lot of key injuries.
Yeah.
Now, I'll go to the defense. Best defensive team, Arsenal, by country mile.
Yeah, that's
like
not surprising.
134, and this is like 89, the next City.
That lines up with what you see.
Yeah. Spurs, bottom 3, last 6 game weeks. United also there, which kind of proves what we saw from the Everton game.
That's Fulham. Okay,
Fulham are mid-table.
Yeah.
This is why I'm thinking like I might go slightly towards Haaland. Slightly because of that. Just because of the fact that Spurs are depleted as well.
Yeah.
That's the one reason. Big chances conceded. Chelsea 17. That's a problem. That is a slight problem. Crystal Palace 16. Look at that West Ham 15, man. 15 big chances. This is why they're not.
Problem 16.
Yeah, I know that's the depleted team. That's a bit of a problem. But yeah, so they're also there, and then you got I guess Munich which kind of answers that. Now, that's the defense and attack. Best defense we kind of already talked. Newcastle's still pretty good. Liverpool there. Now I will be very interested to see where Liverpool will be after a few game weeks without Alisson.
Does Ange even have the whatever the personnel to play more pragmatically if he wanted to? I don't think he does.
Probably not.
I actually don't think he does. Like I think.
So Romero will be back in another game, I think.
One
Still is
more,
a bit, yeah. So
after,
so that might slightly help, but not as much.
Yeah.
And then finally, wingbacks, Porro right up there, last 6 game weeks. Trippier, Luka Dean, Dunk, interestingly. Trent, I guess this is where you mentioned about Trent. Ant Nouri, but went off injured. Robinson from Fulham.
Wait, this is the last how many games? Last
6 game weeks. Yeah.
Can we look at last 4 or something?
Yes, we can do that. Let me wait till that loads. So while that's loading, I'll switch to midfielders. Salah on top, Palmer second. Minutes per XGI. Then you got Mbeumo, Hwang Hee-chan. Doing pretty well. We didn't mention about him against for Wolves. Not a bad option as well. William up there probably because of the last game, the 2 penalties.
Well, I guess we found out that Hwang is on penalties.
Yeah, that's another good point. So that's one thing to add. Stan is still up there, but yeah, Foden. Gibbs White from Forest, he's an option. Diaby has fallen, so I think probably time to slightly sell him. So that's your defense. Oh no, I crashed. Having internet issues, I think.
Okay.
Hopefully I'm still streaming. I think I am. And then forwards, Haaland up on top. With Watkins, Jackson, Solanke, and Darwin Núñez as your top 5.
Damn, Solanke is pretty high.
So yeah, that's the forwards.
Maybe Haaland, Watkins, Solanke is the
way to go.
template front three, yeah.
Maybe.
And you rotate Solanke with Palmer.
Yeah, you could do that. That's also not a bad rotation pairing if you wanted to. Okay.
Because what's his name? Anthony Iraola, like
Yeah.
the Bournemouth manager.
Yeah.
Famous for being very attacking in La Liga the last season.
Yeah.
We haven't really seen it yet, but it looks like we're starting to see it. It generated like 3.5 XG for the first time. So yeah, maybe they're starting to click.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll have to monitor.
And they have good fixtures.
Yes, that's the thing. So if you wanted to get Solanke, that's why like anyone who went for Solanke, play him this week. It's a good option.
6.5 is an all good price point though.
Yeah, that's right. For a third striker that you kind of look to rotate, that's the one issue. Okay, I feel like either it's mine. No, it's not my internet. I think something's wrong with the site. So I'm just gonna skip it. All right, so that's basically that. We'll wrap it up with the panel team. And let's bring up the panel team who did really well as well this week. Panel team got 66 points.
Nice.
Areola, Gabriel, Lascelles, Tsimikas, Saka, Diaby, Gordon, Salah, Archer, Watkins, and Haaland kept. And on the bench, Rhea, Bowen, Pau Torres, and Kabore. Unfortunately, we had Pau Torres as second sub and Archer as first sub. So when Bowen came off, it was Archer who came on instead of Pau Torres.
Yeah, I mean,
it is what it is. So for this week, the team looks like this. I guess we start Pau Torres over Lascelles.
First of all, we 100% start Raya.
Yeah, oh yes, definitely. This is why I was telling Roy. I was like, why do we spend a transfer on a keeper who's not going to keep a clean sheet? But yeah.
And the bench order, yeah, I'd probably still have Archer first.
Archer, would you start Pau over Lascelles though?
I don't think I would.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Newcastle at home
are pretty good.
I just don't think Man United are that threatening.
Yeah, fair enough. I probably will agree with that.
How many transfers do we have?
One free transfer with 1.1. We can move.
I think it's just wrong. Oh, we have Diaby.
Diaby or Bowen. I think we wait for Bowen's injury situation before moving on him.
Yeah.
But if he's fit, we could do Diaby to Boomer.
We could, or we could do something a bit different because the penalty.
We could go. Do you want to go Palmer or do you want to go? Because we already have Gordon as well. Do you Sterling?
That's a bit of a puntier move, but it's also not a bad move.
Yeah, we could do that as well if we wanted to. Okay, so want to wait and see based on Bowen's injury.
I think Bowen to Sterling could be nice.
Bowen to Sterling. Ooh. If Bowen is out.
Sorry, Diaby to Sterling.
Yeah. Diaby to Sterling. Yeah, that is not too bad actually. I don't mind that. Okay, we'll wait and see what happens with what news we get with Bowen. And if he's fit, we do Diaby to Sterling. If Bowen is out, then Bowen to Sterling?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So one of them to Sterling as the more punty move. All right, we'll see how that goes.
I think this has got to be the team where we
take the risk.
We just play a bit loose and see what happens.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, we'll see how it goes. Captaincy, Haaland or Salah, or do we flip it the other way?
I'm 60-40 Haaland,
okay.
or 55-45 Haaland.
Yeah, so we'll keep it for now like this and see.
Yeah, seems fine to me.
All right, cool. That's the panel team. So yeah, that's basically it for today. So thank you.
Do you want to look at your team, like our team?
Oh yes, this is my team. In terms of
how many transfers you have?
I've got one free. I've actually used my transfer.
Oh right.
So cash was sold to Toffolo, and that would mean that Bowen comes back in. Backline would be Trippier, Gabriel, and Tsimikas.
So could you not have a forward Zinchenko?
I could have.
Yeah.
But I chose against it because I was keeping some money in the bank if I wanted to do a keeper transfer of Areola upwards.
Yeah.
That's the main reason. So I have 0.5 in the bank. So yeah, it's just Toffolo will be on the bench alongside Lascelles. And we'll see what happens with Bowen. If Bowen is not fit, I don't know. Maybe I take a hit to go to Palmer, or do I start Toffolo? I'll have to wait and see. I don't know. I'll think
I
about
think,
it.
yeah, I think playing Toffolo wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, that's what. Maybe I might play Toffolo and do Palmer maybe later.
Yeah.
We'll see. It depends on what the situation with Bowen is. And then your team moves.
So I found myself with Enzo
Yes,
because when I wildcarded,
he was
that was
still a
before.
decent option.
Yeah, I mean that was before Palm. We knew Palmer was going
Yeah.
to be it, and for me it was just a flipping a coin between Palmer and Enzo, and I found myself with Enzo, and I have one free transfer. So I think the probably the most obvious move is just Enzo to Palmer at 0.8 in the bank. I can also go Dalot to Zinchenko. I can go Areola to Raya. And then I think there is a pretty aggressive move, which is like Son down to Palmer or Son down to Gordon, and then Dalot up to Trippier or Trent. Oh, sorry, I can't go Trent because I have three Liverpool. If I want to go Trent, I'd have to go Tsimikas to Trent, which I don't like as much. So yeah, so my aggressive move is going to be Son down to Gordon and Dalot up to Trippier, or Morris up to Isaac. So that's for a -4,
Yeah,
which I don't like as much.
it's not worth it for this week.
But
Maybe
Enzo's to Palmer for one free transfer
it's
looks
very
like,
tempting. Yeah,
and I use FPL review,
yeah,
right?
and that would
And
probably recommend you that.
FPL review recommended that,
Yeah.
and it liked the Zinchenko move as the
Okay.
second.
As for next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Because you can start Tsimikas this week.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, makes sense. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's basically it. Thank you to everyone who joined us in the chat as well. To Banjo, Quintin, Easy Shark, Karan, and everyone else who was joining as well and watching from the background. Make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button as well. We are 9 subscribers away from 600, so you could be one of the 9. So subscribe, like, and thank you to Karan as well. And we'll see you all for the deadline stream on Saturday. Until then, peace out, everyone.
See you, everyone.